Hi everyone, and welcome back to Southside Dodge Rebels this week. We've got 3 games worth of highlights for you. We talk a little bit about World Juniors. The Rebels players become not so secret Santas, and we have a one-on-one chat with Rebels alumni legend Brett Ferguson. Let's start off this week's show by going to this past Wednesday here at the NMAX Centrium. The Rebels taking on their arch rivals, the Calgary Hitmen. Bolton Pouliot made his first appearance in the net since way back on November 9th, while first-round bantam pick Adam Musil made his Western Hockey League debut wearing number 12 on 12-12-12. Pouliot was sharp early as the Hitmen came out flying in their first few shifts, his best early save being this beauty kick out of a shot from Brendan Hurley. Turner Elson comes across the Hitman line and finds Brooks Maxwell. He gets a piece of it, but can't chip the puck past Chris Drieger. Christian Stockel shoots, rebound comes to Cody Teal, who is stopped, then gets piled into the crease by Peter Kosterman. Rebels killer Cody Sylvester charges toward the net, but Pouliot gets the paddle down. Brady Gaudet unleashes from the blue line. Drieger makes the save, then covers the rebound. Drieger has trouble with the high riser, but recovers in time to block the second shot. No scoring until the third period. Tyson Ness gets a one-handed pass over to Joel Hamilton. He slides home his third of the year past Drieger, 1-0 Rebels. Greg Chase comes looking to even it up for the Hitmen, but Pouliot flashes the leather. Hurley comes hard toward the net. He too is denied by Pouliot. Then it's Brooks Masic's turn. Hayden Fleury sweeps the puck off his stick, but he sweeps it right past Pouliot and into the Rebels' net. The Hitmen get a lucky one to tie it 1-1. On the very next shift, Kosterman starts the play from his own zone. Sylvester cuts through the slot, feeds the always dangerous Victor Rask. The talented Swede snaps home his third of the year, 2-1 Hitman lead. Scary play here as Brooks Maxwell takes a high shot that catches Elson right in the face. The captain would go off for a brief time, but he would return. Take another look. Turner gets his head turned just in time to avoid any serious damage. Rask tries to find Sylvester out front, but Kevin Pochuk there on the back check. Connor Bleakley comes as close as you can get to tying this game. Great toe drag and a great shot, but he hits the bar. Refs take a second look, but it's no goal. Brady Brasser gets a glorious chance to ice this one for the Hitmen, but he too hits the crossbar. Hamilton finds Ness out front. He gets a couple of shots at it, but can't score. Rebounds hits loose for a moment, but Drieger holds the fort. Rebels net empty in the final minute. Extra attacker is out, but the Hitmen control the play, and they hang on for a 2-1 victory.
Obviously a tight game. I thought in the third period that we had moments where we let some old habits trickle in. We played on our heels and trying to play a game of trying to protect the lead instead of staying on our toes and going after it. And then, we give up a goal like that. It's a tough goal to give up, but those are things that we got to continue to work on with the group. Is that there's a certain way that we need to play. There's a certain way that we want the group to play, and they got to get into a habit of doing it for 60 minutes.
Tonight we realized that we can't just take one shift off in a game. We can't take 2 shifts off, and that's what beat us tonight. And we didn't have a 60-minute effort, and good teams like that will capitalize on that.
2 goals against in a span of 26 seconds were the difference as the Rebels suffered their first regulation loss since the coaching change. Now you saw Turner Elson take that shot to the face. Thankfully it was nothing serious. In fact, the captain was all smiles about it afterward.
It's a little sore, but I'm lucky it wasn't Matthew Dumba taking that shot, and rather have that actually than him taking that shot to my face.
Wednesday night marked the WHL debut of Adam Musil, taken 6th overall by the Rebels in this year's Bantam draft. Musil has 22 points in 17 midget AAA games in Vancouver.
I felt pretty good. The guys are stronger, faster, that's what I expected, but I thought I competed hard and I did my best.
2 nights later, the Rebels were back in action here at the NMAX Centrium, taking on the Victoria Royals. Rebels looking to rebound after losing for the first time in 8 games on home ice. Matthew Dumba back after being cut by Team Canada. Rebels open the scoring early. Reese Dino feeds Brooks Maxwell out front. His shot is stopped, but Dino is all over the rebound for his 6th of the year. 1:12 into the opening period, it's 1-0. Dino comes looking for another one, but this time Patrick Palivka is there for the save. Ben Walker comes looking to get the Royals on the board. Pouliot makes the save. Rebound falls beside the net. Rebels clear. Victoria does tie it up in the first when Logan Nelson finds the rebound from the Joe Hickett's point shot. Buries his 8th of the season. It's 1-1 after 20. Tyler Stahl shoots from the point. Pouliot stops that one, then also foils Tim Traber on the rebound. Nelson again with a great scoring chance. Pouliot gets a shoulder on that one. Royals come awfully close to taking a 2-1 lead, but Jamie Crooks hits the post. Matt Bellerive gives Red Deer a 2-1 lead when he cuts through the slot and sizzles home a wrister past Polivka for his 8th of the season. Rebels had their second one-goal lead of the game. They come looking for more as Joel Hamilton shoots from in close but can't find a hole through Polivka. Turner Elson feeds Brady Gaudet at the point. His blast hits a Royals defender, then hits the post. Bellerive almost gets his second of the game, but he too rifles one off the crossbar. Alex Gogolev comes toward the net, but Dumba pokes the puck off his stick. Red Deer native Logan Fisher, playing at home for the first time, nearly scores his 4th of the year, if not for a great save by Pouliot. Reese Dino was a force once again on this night. Here he sneaks past 2 Royals defenders for a shot on goal. Elson then charges in hard from the left wing side, but he charges too hard, runs over Polivka, and earns a penalty. The Walker brothers tie this one up for Victoria. Ben fires it over to younger brother Jack, who scores his first ever goal in the dub, and it's a big one, tying this game at 2. In overtime, Elson snakes across the Royals' blue line, sets up the screen, then fires. He hits the post. Royals stay alive by that much. Stephen Hodges comes barreling in. His shot was probably going wide, but Pouliot not taking any chances. Some final words from Brent Sutter as this game was off to a shootout. Rebels 4-1 in shootouts so far this season. Logan Nelson shot first for Victoria, faked the slapper, and check out the deke. No chance for Pouliot there. Reese Dino shot first for Red Deer, came in across the line, fired. Polivka got a piece of it, but not enough. It trickles across the line. Brandon McGee, the next shooter for Victoria. He comes in, tries the backhand deke, but is stopped. Matt Bellerive comes across the Victoria line and lasers one past Polivka, putting the Rebels up. Stephen Hodges needed to score to keep Victoria alive, and he does, setting the stage for Connor Bleakley. He barrels in, and nothing fancy here, just lasers it past Polivka. It's the game winner. Bleakley ecstatic. The Rebels players thrilled. They win 3-2.
I thought in the first period their forecheck and their speed kind of caught us off guard a little bit, and we made some adjustments after the first period, and we seemed to settle in. I thought second period we really got playing and started creating some scoring chances, and and we got some timely goals. And obviously, you get into a shootout, you never know what's going to happen, and the biggest thing with Bolton is, he hasn't had much success in shootouts, and just talk to him before the shootout there, just to take it one shooter at a time, and after that shot's done, worry about your second shooter and give it your best shot. That's all anybody can ask for, and he made a big save there on that second one.
That was probably the most exciting game I've been a part of. I mean, it was back and forth. It's tough to see them score with a few minutes left there, but we battled tonight and we came out with 2 points.
The Rebels improved to 5-1 in shootouts this season thanks to Bleakley's game winner, Reese Dino, outstanding during regulation. The Rebels played their third and final game of this past week on Saturday night here at the NMAX Centrium versus the red-hot Kelowna Rockets. Spencer Tremblay making his Rebels debut after being picked up as a free agent last month. Red Deer native Scott Fazer making his season debut with the Rebels. He was called up from Camrose of the AJHL. And Fazer helps open the scoring for the Rebels. His shot is stopped, but Wyatt Johnson is all over the rebound for his 6th of the year. 1-0 Rebels, just 1:11 into the game. Rockets waste little time in replying, though, as Zach Franco sends a pretty pass over to Mitchell Wheaton. That's his 1st of the year, making it 1-1, just 2:28 into the game. Joel Hamilton with the puck, waits and feeds Matt Bellerive, but Jonathan blows the whistle on that chance with a fantastic glove save. Johnson comes looking for his 2nd of the period, but is turned aside by Whistle. Hayden Fleury winds and fires from the point, but misses wide. Tyson Ness with the pass down low to Hamilton. His shot is stopped as Whistle's helmet comes flying off. Turner Elson spins in the slot and loses the puck. Brooks Maxwell finds it, but can't find the back of the net. Brady Godet's point shot is tipped on its way by. Elson can't bury the rebound. Elson gets the puck out front to Johnson, but Jackson Whistle there once again. We've got fisticuffs. Devin Pfaffer drops the mittens with Tyrell Goulburn. Pfaffer gets a couple of right-hand blows in. Spencer Tremblay shows some fine form when he foils this great chance for JT Barnett. But Miles Bell gives the Rockets the lead with this rocket from the blue line. His 20th of the year makes it 2-1. Cody Fowley leads the rush, throws it to a wide open Madison Bowie, who nets his 7th, 3-1 Rockets. Fazer comes close to getting one back for the Rebels, but chips the puck just wide. Ryan Olsen shoots from the point. Tremblay makes the save, then foils Barnett on the rebound. But Tremblay is hung out to dry as Damon Severson outweights him, then blasts his 5th of the year. 4-1 Rockets. Big hit by Cody Teal as he staples Nick Merkley into the boards. Olsen comes close to adding another one for the Rockets, but Tremblay gets his leg over in time for the save. But Kelowna adds another goal when Barnett breaks through for his 5th of the season. Tyson Bailey scores his 12th of the year on this play before the end of the second. No scoring in the third period. The Rockets cruise to a 6-1 win.
It's a good learning curve for us. You know, I think, again, it shows you that this game is about emotion, it's about intensity, and, you know, tonight we just, you know, we were just second best in everything we did. You know, there was, you know, we had some scoring chances early. You know, we had those, had a couple 2-and-1s, had a 3-and-1, hit a couple posts, and we never capitalized on that. And then, you know, they got a goal on us. We didn't play smart hockey after that, and then we seemed to lose our focus. Like we just lost. Like we were beaten at that point, or for whatever reason. And you know, and that's the part that we need to, as coaches, need to continue to work with this group on, is that the mental part of the game. And again, it shows you when we have success how we have to play, and we don't have success, we can't play that way. So tonight's one of those nights that, you know, the easiest thing to do is to sit around and feel sorry for yourselves, and the easiest thing to do is to come to the rink tomorrow and have a bag skate and everything, but it's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to get the guys back to where, you know, where they could be focused, and making sure mentally they get back in the right frame of mind.
You can be darn sure the Rebels are glad to be done with the Rockets, at least for the regular season. Kelowna having no trouble going 3-0. A tough night all around for Spencer Tremblay. Not only did he let in 6 goals, but he suffered a knee injury during the game, spelling an early end to his Rebels career.
It's too bad, you know, and it's probably, at the end of the day, it's probably affected him in a big way, because he's going to be out for, you know, it's going to be at least a couple weeks, 3 weeks, and then, you know, but we got to make decisions with our goalies, obviously, by the time, you know, Patty gets back. So, you know, so we brought Herniak in. You know, he'll come in, and Grant will be our backup, and we'll play him when we need him. And but unfortunately, for Spence, it's you know, it's too bad. But you know, it's unfortunate, but it's injuries are all part of it, and it's probably affected him in a situation where you know, decision now is probably going to end up being Bolton. You know, Bolton's going to be the guy who'll be here for sure for the rest of the year, and we'll get Spencer healthy and get him back to Junior A, and hopefully he can get some games and play like he can, and we'll see where next year we're at a year from now.
A number of players are in the hunt when it comes to the team lead in scoring for your Red Deer Rebels. Red Deer still right in the mix when it comes to chasing down Calgary and Edmonton for the Central Division lead. Lethbridge and Medicine Hat picking up points as well. Just one more game for your Red Deer Rebels before Christmas. It's Tuesday night versus the Kootenay Ice. Then the boys are back in action on December 27th in Edmonton. Coming up after the break, another trade by the Rebels this week, and we take a look at the World Juniors from a Rebels perspective. Southside Dodge Rebels This Week is presented by Southside Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Red Deer, Alberta.
I'd like to wish my family, friends back home, my billets and fans all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
I'd like to wish all the fans and friends and family Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I'd like to wish a Merry Christmas to first and foremost my family, obviously back home in Redverse, and then obviously my billets here in Red Deer. They're a huge part of what I do here and whatnot, so I'd like to wish them a very Merry, Happy Christmas.
Welcome back to the show. Yet again, Brent Sutter pulling the trigger on a trade this past week. This time he acquired 18-year-old Dominic Volek from the Regina Pats in exchange for Mark McCoy, Philip Vasco, and a conditional Bantam draft pick in 2015. Volek had been playing this season in Sweden's Super Elite League and had 5 points in 13 games. Now last year, Volek had 32 points in 70 games with the Pats and played with the Czech Republic at the 2012 World Under-18s. Dominic's father, David, played 6 years in the NHL with the New York Islanders, and in fact, he was a line mate and neighbor of Brent Sutter. Dominic is expected to join the Rebels after the Christmas break. This past Thursday, Hockey Canada named its team for the upcoming World Junior Hockey Championships, and for the second year in a row, Matthew Dumba did not make that team. Dumba was the final cut from this year's team, and as you can imagine, he was devastated.
It's tough getting cut, and that's a tough experience, but I just got to be a man about it and carry on. And I'm happy to be back here with the boys, so it's exciting, the stuff we're doing here. So I'm just putting all my focus on that and just having fun.
The news definitely much better for former Rebel Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, already a lock to be the team's first-line center. Nuge got an even bigger honor when he was named captain for Team Canada. Scott Harrington of the London Knights and Jonathan Huberdeau of the St. John Sea Dogs will wear the A's. Another exciting edition of Subway Floor Hockey took place this past week. This time the Rebels visited West Park Elementary. Plenty of spectators on hand, nearly a sellout crowd to watch this 6-on-6 intense battle. Well, you've heard of Secret Santa, now here's Not So Secret Santa, as some of the Rebels tell us here on Rebels This Week what they would love to get their teammates for the holidays.
Christmas time, if you could buy a gift for somebody on the team, who would it be for and what would it be?
That's a tough one. I'd probably get something for Kevin Pochak, and I think it would be a muzzle for his terrible laugh. God, is it bad.
I think I'd have to buy my D partner, Hayden Fleury, a new blankie. He's got a blue blankie he brings on the road. I think he's had it for about 10 years, and he can't sleep without his blankie, and it's pretty old and it smells, so I think I'd get him a new blankie.
If you could buy a Christmas gift for anybody on the team, what would it be and who would it be for?
I'd probably buy something for Kevin Pochak, because he looks like Bambi out on the ice a lot of the times, and maybe chuck some training wheels on his boots or something so he's not slipping and sliding everywhere. Probably be my guess, and maybe something to fix up that hairdo.
If you could buy a gift for anybody at Christmas, who would it be for on the team and what would it be?
I'm feeling generous this Christmas, so I think I'd have to go with two guys. First off, I'd probably buy Jesse Miller an assist or a goal so he could get his first point. And I'd buy Dote some new teeth.
Oh, I'd probably go with Connor Bleakley. I'd like to get him a soccer net because he has troubles hitting the net. So I'd probably be the only one.
If you could buy a Christmas present for anybody on the team this year, who would it be for and what would it be?
Well, I think I'd have to go with Joel Hamilton. He's a guy that I hang out with a lot, and I know what he hates, and I would just buy him a little leprechaun because he's a little man. And he doesn't like being called little man, so if you guys want to start calling him little man, he gets a little upset.
Time now for another installment of Train Like a Rebel. For that, we check in with Jack at 360 Fitness.
Hi everyone, Jack here from 360 Fitness Personal Training, and Merry Christmas. So what I want to chat with you about today is just the top 5 tips to actually survive the Christmas holidays. Christmas can be just the whirlwind and really destroy your exercise and your fitness routine and destroy all the goals that you set out in November and October to achieve. So don't waste it. The first thing you have to do is don't skip your workouts. A lot of times people with the Christmas holidays, they think, oh, Christmas is a write-off, all of December is a write-off. Don't think of it that way. The second one is control your portions during holiday dinners. Eat what you need to, just make sure that you fill your plates and then give yourself time before you go back to that second and third portion. The third one is controlling your water intake. Make sure you have a water bottle wherever you go. It's a quick, simple thing, but a lot of times we think of hunger where it actually is thirst. So make sure you're hydrated over the holidays. Tip number 4 is to have a plan in place before the holidays even begin for right after. So as soon as the holidays are over, as soon as New Year's is over, you have a step 1 to start going. Don't draw yourself into that nice abyss where all of a sudden December is gone and you've thrown everything out the window. The 5th one is when you're actually having holiday dinners and people over for this and that, make sure that you're not fasting all day before the one big meal at night. Snack on small portions throughout the day. You'll control your portions a heck of a lot better later on in the evening, and you'll feel a lot better throughout the day.
Coming up after the break, we go in the corners with Wally, and we go around the Western Hockey League.
Miette a 2-on-1 with Johnson. Miette stops. Over to Johnson.
Hey Red Deer Rebels fans, have we got the show for you? Southside Dodge Rebels This Week is your #1 source for everything Rebels. Highlights, interviews, stats, and exclusive behind-the-scenes features brought to you each and every week by those who have their eye on the Rebels all season long. Southside Dodge Rebels This Week, weeknights on Shaw TV.
My Christmas wish is that everybody has a safe Christmas with their family and get out and just have a good time. To all the Rebels fans, Merry Christmas.
I would say Merry Christmas to hockey boys and have a Happy New Year.
I'd like to say Merry Christmas to my family back home, Sierra and her family, and also my billets, Kevin and Lisa Robertson, and also the kids, Tanner and Lyndon, to have a Merry Christmas and a safe one.
Welcome back once again. It's time to go in the corners. Here's Wally.
A tale of 2 seasons thus far for the Red Deer Rebels, who sit 4th in the Eastern Conference as we enter the holiday break. As of right now, if the playoffs were to start today, the Red Deer Rebels would have home ice advantage for the playoffs, which has been a long time coming since that division win a few years back. For the Red Deer Rebels, as I mentioned, it's a tale of 2 seasons, one with Jesse Wallen and one since Brent Sutter's taken over on an interim basis. For whatever reason, the personnel changed, but the team's success on the ice didn't. That wasn't until Sutter came back behind the bench. The team, for whatever reason, decided to change their fortunes around, change things up, and got off to a better start, and as this point right now sit 4th in the Eastern Conference. Now, to carry this momentum over into the second half of the season, much of the same will have to continue moving forward. The Rebels will continue to have to play a strong puck possession game, get strong goaltending from both Bolton Pouliot and Patrick Bartasek as he returns from the World Junior Tournament. But right now, things are going well for the Red Deer Rebels, and if they hope to maintain that home ice advantage come playoff time, they'll need to keep doing what they're doing right now. For more from me, check out my blog at rebelrebellion.com.
It's always fun when former Rebels come back to the NMAX Centrium to watch their team play. This past Saturday versus Kelowna, it was none other than the always popular Brett Ferguson checking in. Boy, you don't get much better than this. The Brett Ferguson is in the house. And not only, Fergie, are we doing this for the broadcast on the radio right now, we're simulcasting this for Rebels This Week coming up on Shaw. So this is your big moment. You've been waiting how long?
I've been waiting my entire life for this moment.
Well, I will admit, it is fun for us because you left Rebels before we started doing the TV show.
Yeah, but I've been watching the TV show and it's awesome. So
but there's only
one. I can be on it.
There's only one way to make it more awesome.
Yeah, you got to put me on there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Boy, well, as we sit here, things not going so well for the team on this night, Brett. But obviously, watching from Edmonton where you're at now, you've got to be happy with the way the last month has gone.
Yeah, it's been awesome to see them turn it around. I know last year was frustrating to watch them just with all the injuries they dealt with, and then this year they had a young team and they made a couple moves, brought some new guys in, and I'm glad to see it's paying off for them. Probably, I don't know the stats on it, but they got to be one of the hottest teams in the last 15 games.
Maybe let's talk about the biggest change, because after Kelowna beat Red Deer last time by a score of 8-1 back on November 9th, the coaching change was made. Brent and Jesse sat down and decided that a change would be the best. Maybe just your thoughts on, I guess from your perspective, when that move went down.
Yeah, I mean, that was really surprising when I saw it. I played for Jesse for 3 years, and I loved every minute of it. couldn't have asked for a better junior coach, but you know, sometimes things just have to change, and I guess things have been good so far for them, and I know Jesse will do well with whatever he does in the next step of his career.
And he is at the rink. He's been in almost every home game since the change was made. So.
Yeah, you can't keep that guy out of a rink. He just loves watching, and he's so passionate, and he's going to do well wherever he goes.
You're in Edmonton again this year, playing for the U of A Golden Bears. Before we talk about some excitement this week, talk about your guys' season as a whole so far.
Yeah, it's been really good. We started off really strong, then went on a 3-game losing streak, and then we won 11 games in a row, and we've been ranked #1 in Canada for the last 4 or 5 weeks, and we'll hold that going into Christmas and hopefully through the second half. And that's good because the Nationals this year in Saskatoon, and we'd love to be there, be a part of that, and hopefully win. So we can hold down that #1 ranking and have a good position going in. That'll help us a lot.
Well, obviously it's working well on the ice because, like you say, you guys had that 11-game winning streak. You guys are #1 nationally ranked, and you guys had a bit of I don't want to say a bit of a thrill, but a big thrill this week because you got to play against Team Canada down in Calgary.
Yeah, it was awesome. We got to play against Maddie Dumba there down in Calgary on Wednesday, and you know, it was an awesome experience for us. We were really happy that they wanted to play us, and hopefully we can say that we're part of them winning a gold medal this year.
Now, that would be nice. I'm sure you guys will take credit for that if Canada does win gold, but you've got to give yourself some credit here, and I know that's something you don't normally like to do. Brett Ferguson doesn't like to talk about Brett Ferguson, but you had 2 assists in that game.
Yeah, well, that was a lot. That was a fun game. Like we were in the middle of finals at school, so hockey wasn't really it was kind of on the back burner that week. So
because we all know how dedicated you are to
our academics.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we kind of went in there, and there was just no pressure for us. It was all about the game was all for them. So we went in there and we played well, and we beat them, and you know we kind of expected to do that because we're older and we're more mature, and we've all been through the Western Hockey League, and you know, but it was good playing against the top 17, 18, 19-year-olds in the country right now, and you know, you get in the face-off against a guy like Nathan McKinnon, who's probably going to get drafted first overall this year, and you're just thinking, well, that guy's going to be in the NHL possibly next year. So it's pretty cool. It was a good experience.
Obviously a bit bittersweet though that Matthew Dumba didn't make that team, but
yeah, it's good for the Rebels. They could use him these next couple games and the couple weeks after Christmas that he'd be gone. But for Matty, I think he just needs to keep his head up and keep working hard. Like, that team's always been compromised of mainly 19-year-olds with the odd 18, maybe a 17-year-old. So for him to get invited and do as well as he did I think he should be proud of that, and he's going to be a big part of that team next year, I'm sure of it.
Things are good overall. Academics, the hockey team's doing well. You ready for some holidays?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to. I got my last exam coming up on Monday, and so after that, I'm ready to just kick back and not have any worries. Get home to Regina for almost 10 days, and then get ready for the second semester.
Always great to see Fergie. Never shy to do a TV or a radio interview, and we wish him the best of luck with U of A for the rest of this season. And as he mentioned, Colin Archer was here on Saturday. He's playing for Acadia all the way out in Halifax. Good to see some of the former boys here at the NMAX Centrium doing well. Time now to take a look at some news and notes from around the Western Hockey League, including the 6 players who did make Team Canada for the World Juniors. Well, that about does it for this week's show. Our final full episode before the holidays. Keep it tuned to rebelsthisweek.com and follow us on Twitter at rebelsthisweek. We'll have some special holiday programming for you. In the meantime, on behalf of Jared Waldo and our fabulous producer Calvin Bellows, we'd just like to wish all of you happy holidays.